Today, we're diving deep into the enchanting universe of coin collecting, where even the most ordinary items can transform into treasures of extraordinary value, and nothing exemplifies this better than the incredible story behind the 1978 1-cent US coin, a seemingly unremarkable penny that has been valued at an astonishing $90 million due to a variety of captivating errors and mint mark anomalies that set it apart from its intended 1-cent face value. The difference in value is not just a minor variation, it highlights the profound connection between history, craftsmanship, and the serendipitous accidents that can yield a fortune for those with a keen eye and insight into numismatic rarities. Coins, especially those that have been improperly minted, tell stories, and in the case of the 1978 penny, these tales are woven from misprints, design flaws, and omissions that bring a uniqueness to what was originally designed to be everyday currency, used and circulated without a second thought. To understand why this particular coin has captivated collectors and investors alike, it is important to take a closer examination of the elements that contribute to its astounding worth. One of the most significant factors is the concept of error coins, a category generally defined by mistakes that occur during the minting process. These errors come in many forms, from wrong mint marks to overstrikes or off-center impressions, and they often become highly sought after by collectors who relish the opportunity to own a piece of history marked by its imperfection. The 1978 1-cent coin, as fate would have it, may have circumstances surrounding its minting that, when pieced together, result in a level of rarity that generates a buzz among numismatists, leading to a fervent desire for ownership. While typical pennies are cast aside without a second glance, the allure of the mint errors can transform them into collectible artifacts, prized by enthusiasts who recognize their uniqueness and rarity. In the case of the 1978 cent, the potential errors are numerous and varied. For instance, let's consider the possibility of a missing mint mark, which did occur with certain coins minted during the late 1970s. Coins produced at the Philadelphia Mint often do not carry a mint mark, which could, under certain conditions, result in a rare variant of this penny that features an incorrect or unmarked mint identification. This is especially intriguing to collectors considering that coins struck at other mints, such as those from the Denver Mint, will sport a distinct D mark, while those from the San Francisco Mint typically have an S mark. A 1978 penny without a mint mark could raise eyebrows among keen collectors, especially if it is in mint condition, thereby creating a niche market for such a rare find. As you delve deeper into the world of numismatic collecting, you begin to appreciate the narrative behind these coins, the stories crafted from their production, circulation, and, quite often, oversight. The stories don't stop with just mint marks. Consider what might happen if a coin suffers from a double die error. A double die error occurs when a coin is stamped twice in the same position, leading to a design that appears misaligned, with some features being more pronounced than intended. Such mistakes are precious to collectors, as they can represent a rare find that adds significant value, especially if the error is clearly visible. Imagine finding a 1978 1-cent coin with a double die error floating around in circulation. Not only would it be a surprising discovery, but it could also potentially escalate to iconic status amongst rarities given its description. A coin that lacks the profile of its original design due to this misalignment can become emblematic of the imperfections that both challenge and excite collectors, symbolizing the unexpected treasures that arise from human error. Off-center strikes, too, can create astonishing disparities in a coin's design. If the 1978 penny has been struck at an incorrect angle, meaning the design appears off-center from where it should be, it may garner high interest among those who appreciate anomalies. Collectors often cherish these oddities for their stark deviation from the standard, and for good reason. Unique pieces such as these contribute to the narrative history of the coinage and its minting, making them more than just money but instead historical artifacts that celebrate the quirks and imperfections of minting. As we examine potential errors, it is also essential to understand how the condition of a coin can greatly influence its valuation within the marketplace. Those coins that are graded as being in mint state or pristine condition command much higher prices than those that show signs of wear, scratches, or other forms of damage. Coin grading involves an intricate assessment of the coin's surface, details, and overall appearance, which means a 1978 1-cent coin that has been somehow preserved in remarkable condition could fetch an impressive price simply due to its excellent visual state. Collectors on the hunt are often trained to seek out such pristine specimens, and when an error occurs within such a coin, the value can leap exponentially. The realm of errors can become even more complex with the inclusion of various other factors, including the nature of the alloy used in the coin, as even subtle changes in composition can affect coloration or the appearance of the design. If a 1978 1-cent coin exhibited irregularities in its color due to an inconsistent blend of metals, it may serve as a niche piece that attracts interested collectors intrigued by its distinctiveness. Minting is a highly controlled process. However, every now and then, a rogue error sneaks through the quality checks that could lead to a genuinely unique item. Since pennies are often among the most widely circulated forms of currency, if a rarity does emerge, its condition upon discovery plays a crucial role in establishing market worth. The better condition means higher bids and increased interest. A collector specializing in error coins might find themselves particularly drawn to the 1978 1-cent for these reasons. Furthermore, let us not overlook the power of narrative. The fascination with rare coins is often built upon the stories that accompany them. Collectors love to share the saga of how they stumbled upon particular pieces that hold tales rooted in their travels, hunts, or even serendipitous discoveries. Coin forums, discussions, and community gatherings thrive on the vibrant storytelling woven into transactions, each owning a part of history that connects them to the past in tangible ways. As the story of the 1978 1-cent coin was shared among enthusiasts, the value may have elevated beyond expectations, fueled simply by the thrill of discovery and the narrative attached to each unique piece. Coins can also magnify currents of speculation within the marketplace, especially when stories of extraordinary finds start to circulate within collector networks. As demand amplifies among collectors who wish to present their collections as uniquely curated pieces, the rates can escalate rapidly. Speculative interest often leads to a surge in pricing as more people recognize the value behind coins with legacies marked by errors or exceptional conditions. There exists a fascinating ballet between collectors' fascination with imperfections and the fluctuating market value hinged on rarity, condition, and even emotional attachment to narrative stories. Coins like the 1978 1-cent become tickets to a moment in time. They embody past minting practices and serve as reminders of the human element that exists within this space. The desire to possess a story imbued within an object lends remarkable value to items that are otherwise simplistically viewed as mere notes of monetary exchange. As we find ourselves immersed in this realm, it becomes entirely feasible that a single 1978 1-cent coin showcasing notable mint errors could become a cherished centerpiece within a collector's collection, igniting discussions, dreams, and perhaps even a sense of investment potential that goes far beyond the 1-cent face value. As tales of these coins ripple through the realm of enthusiasts, the evolution into sought-after artifacts becomes apparent, illustrating once again how human error and uniqueness can create a thriving market for collectibles. Just as one might photograph a precious gem, the coin tells its story through a unique narrative grounded in factors that elevate it to a lofty plateau of desirability. Rare finds can lead to competitive bidding, each collector operating under their own intrinsic guidelines of value. Coins such as the 1978 1-cent also highlight a community's engagement that thrives on excitement and discovery. Each coin that is uncovered adds not merely to the intrinsic value, but to the shared history of countless coin enthusiasts across generations, offering a connecting force that binds their love for collecting and exploring the significance behind their craft. As more 1978 1-cent coins with potential errors are circulated and uncovered, the stories and possibilities grow richer. Expert analysis, diligent research, and meticulous care can inform collectors of the subtle distinctions that may make one penny extraordinarily valuable versus another that looks deceptively identical but is devoid of any rarity. The fervent pursuit of knowledge enables collectors to navigate an intricate marketplace while avoiding potential pitfalls, as discerning the differences between an ordinary coin and one that carries hidden value requires dedication and wisdom. Exploring the world of 1978 1-cent coins serves as a vivid reminder of the array of elements that inform the intersection between art, history, and economics, crafting a narrative that everyday objects into coveted treasures. Today, we're focusing on a particular piece that has captured the attention of collectors and investors alike, the 1968 1-cent coin from the United States, a seemingly ordinary penny that could potentially be worth as much as $90 million. Yes, you heard that right, $90 million, a sum that stands in stark contrast to its mere 1-cent face value. Why, you might ask, is this small piece of copper so extraordinarily valuable? The answer lies within a fascinating combination of rare minting errors, mistakes during production, and specific mint mark variations that all contribute to its unparalleled market value. The story of this coin is not just about a mere mistake in minting, it reflects a broader narrative about rarity and desirability in the coin collecting community, where slight discrepancies can propel a piece into the stratosphere of worth. To begin with, let's explore what makes a coin collectible in general. Coin collectors, or numismatists, often seek out pieces that possess certain characteristics that are considered desirable. These can include historical significance, rarity, condition, and, above all, uniqueness. In the case of the 1968 1-cent coin, its appeal greatly stems from the errors that were made during its minting at the Philadelphia Mint. You see, while most pennies from this year were produced with accuracy and precision, a small quantity was struck with imperfections that set them apart. For instance, some of these coins were mistakenly stamped with a double die, a phenomenon where the coin's design appears to have been struck multiple times, creating a blurred and doubled appearance to the words and images on the surface. Imagine holding in your hand a penny where the phrase 1 cent appears twice, slightly misaligned, creating an eye-catching optical effect. It's no wonder that collectors would crave such a unique item. The allure of the double die error typically results from the fact that such mistakes are exceedingly rare, often only concerning a vanishingly small percentage of the total production run. As a result, 1968 pennies with double die errors become highly sought after among collectors who recognize that owning one equates to possessing a piece of numismatic history. Furthermore, specific mint mark variations have added layers to the complexity of determining the worth of these coins. Coins struck at different mints carry distinct marks, designating their place of origin, and in 1968, pennies were produced primarily at the Philadelphia Mint without a mint mark and the Denver Mint, which bore the unmistakable D. These variations can dramatically affect value, as collectors often seek coins from specific mints to round out their collections. A penny from Denver might be worth a few cents, while an inaccurately stamped piece from Philadelphia, especially one with a notable error, could dramatically increase in value, sometimes into the thousands or even millions, depending on the characteristics it possesses. Additionally, the condition of the coin plays a vital role in its valuation. Coins that have remained uncirculated and are in pristine condition tend to fetch higher prices than those that show signs of wear and tear. In the world of numismatics, this difference often comes down to grading, which assesses the coin's quality on a standard scale and subsequently impacts its market value. So, you might wonder what could cause a 1968 penny to shoot up in value to such incredible amounts as $90 million. In truth, the combination of the aforementioned errors and their rarity creates a perfect storm for unprecedented market demand. Coins like this are not merely currency, they are artifacts of a certain period, and each one has its own story to tell. The notion that you could hold a penny in your hand that is worth as much as an entire house is both exhilarating and surreal, making it essential for collectors to know how to identify these remarkable pieces. This is where expert knowledge comes in handy. Collectors often rely on guides, publications, and expert appraisals to aid in the identification process, recognizing not just the errors but also the intricate details that define mint marks and production techniques. Furthermore, the market for collectible coins has grown exponentially in recent years, fueled by a blend of nostalgia and investment potential. The rise of online auctions and platforms dedicated to numismatic sales has also played a key role in making these incredibly rare coins accessible to a broader audience, allowing collectors from all walks of life to engage in their passion and seek out rare opportunities. This digital revolution has opened doors not only for seasoned collectors but also for novices hoping to break into the passionate world of coin collecting. As we delve deeper into understanding the immense value of this 1968 1-cent coin, we must also address the community aspects involved, where camaraderie, sharing knowledge, and trading become part of the fun. Many collectors engage in forums, attend coin shows, and participate in local clubs, constantly exchanging insights, tips, and even coins. The sense of belonging and shared enthusiasm within the numismatic community has, in many ways, fueled interest in coins like the 1968 penny dear to our discussion, sparking excitement and, consequently, contributing to the rising prices associated with rare finds. The journey of a coin from the mint to the collector's hands is often nothing short of fascinating, circulating in pockets, changing hands, collecting wear over time, and sometimes disappearing into obscurity until one day, it is rediscovered and recognized for its significant worth. Such redemption stories weave a rich tapestry of history, culture, and economics that are inextricably linked with the coin itself. As we share this information with you today, our aim is to enlighten you on the complexities that lie behind the valuation of a seemingly everyday object, illustrating how a humble penny can transform into a multi-million-dollar treasure with the right set of circumstances. So, whether you are a seasoned numismatist or just someone who finds it intriguing how errors and little mistakes can lead to astounding outcomes, we hope that this exploration of the 1968 1-cent coin has opened your eyes to the vast and exciting possibilities within the world of coin collecting. Who knows? Perhaps, in your change jar or somewhere in your collection, you might just stumble across one of these remarkable pieces and, in doing so, unveil a hidden treasure of extraordinary value. Thank you for joining us today as we navigated through the captivating story of this 1968 1-cent coin, exploring the factors that contribute to its astonishing worth. We rapidly realized that within a simple penny lies a complex narrative of errors of minting, and an entire universe of possibilities that makes collecting not just a hobby, but a thrilling adventure waiting to unfold.